need to look into your reasons for coming to the UK in a little bit more detail. Okay, that's why you've been stopped today. All right? Sitting up here.
He has no job in the US and little money, so Officer Newbury suspects the real reason for his visit is to work.
Do you want to pop a couple of your bags up on the bench for the moment, please? Our passenger. He's 26 years old and he's only got about $450 on him. And he decided to look like he's found all his clothes into 4 or 5 suitcases and come to the UK for a really long holiday with just a few $100s on him.
An American tourist is not allowed to work in Britain. Officer Newbury wants to know how the passenger will support himself for 6 months. He calls the passenger's sponsor, the friend he says he's here to stay with.
I need to understand, why are you offering to do all this for Jason? Okay, thanks for that, bye. He's known Jason only for a couple of years. He met in Germany while our sponsor was in the military over there. And Jason apparently was over there visiting friends. They met over there. They've stayed in touch for the last couple of years. The sponsor, he said he's quite happy to pay for everything, which isn't a problem, but I find it so strange that he's prepared to pay for everything for someone that he's known for just a couple of years.
Just news on that guy.
Jason?
Officer Newbury suspects he's not being told the whole truth. Now he wants to question the passenger about his financial dependence on the sponsor.
Are you happy for me to interview you?
No.
What's the problem?
I feel like I've been violated. I never felt
violated?
Like this in my life. Yes.
What have we done to violate you?
What?
What have we done to violate you?
First of all my clothes and stuff was taken out. Like
you never had your bag searched in a foreign country?
Not like that. My wallet, everybody's been going through my wallet.
On this occasion, you're asking to spend a lot of time in this country, okay?
Right,
and you don't have much money with you.
I wasn't. How do you know how much money I have in my account?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to start asking you now. So, are you happy for me to interview you?
No. But I'll answer the questions. I'm telling you that I'm not happy. But I
understand you're not happy, but are you prepared to be interviewed by me?
Yes, I'm prepared.
Okay, can you just tell me why you've come to the UK today?
You know, a lot of things been going on at home. I just lost my grandfather. I don't come from a good upbringing in my neighborhood. My friend's been killed and all of that. So I just want to take a vacation.
Where will you stay while you're in the UK?
With Will. He's a long-time friend of my family.
How long have you known Will?
So I've known him over 10 years.
Do you remember where you met him?
I met him in New York. That's where I'm from.
He's told us he's going to be supporting you for up to 6 months while you're in the UK.
Yeah.
Why does he have to support you?
I mean, whatever he's going to pay for, that's on him. But I got my own money.
Will also told me that he's only known you for about 2 years, not 10 years. And he met you in Germany in 2007. Now you've told me that you've known him for 10 years and you met in New York. So I'm a bit confused there as to...
I've known him for a while. I've known Will for a while.
10 years?
Maybe not 10 years, okay? Maybe not 10 years.
Where did you meet him?
In Germany.
You said you met him in New York.
I've met him in New York. He's been in New York before.
Yeah, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, where did you first meet him? You said in New York. He was in New York, I was in New York.
You're confusing me with the questions. You're asking me where did we meet. I'm telling you, I've met him in New York. I've also met him
You said that you met him 10 years ago in New York.
I did not say I met him 10 years ago in New York.
You said you met him 10 years ago in New York. I've got it written down here. That's one of the issues that we've got here. I'm trying to work out what these discrepancies are between yourself and this gentleman who's prepared to support you financially for the next 6 months.
I've been to Germany, I've been to Stockholm, I've been to different places, and I've never been violated. My clothes have never been thrown out. You put all my stuff out, then you told me to put all my stuff there. I'm waiting around. No one offered me anything until I got up in the room over there. No one's talking to me, no one's telling me nothing.
I'm talking to you now.
Now you're talking to me. I've been here since 11 o'clock.
You're not going to calm down. I'll put you back in the holding room. I need to confirm the discrepancies between yourself and Will, okay? That's the issue, one of the issues here.
All right, I don't know Will for 10 years. I've only known him for a short period of time, for a couple of years, that's it.
You say you met in Germany?
Yes.
He's lying to me, you know, and when I caught him out, you know, that's when he started kicking off a little bit. If I was to act like that in America, the way he's been acting with me, you know, I won't get treated half as well as he's been treated since he arrived. Yeah. And Damage quite appreciates that, to be honest. So he can throw his arms around as much as he wants, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Officer Newbury updates his boss, Sarah Dyson.
Now, there's big discrepancies about how long these two have known each other, where they met, okay? He believes Will is still in the military, but the sponsor hasn't been in the military for over a year.
They hardly know anything about
They don't know
each
him.
other.
He's estimated £3,500 to support our passenger for the next 6 months.
Don't believe a word
No,
of it.
I think he's telling me what he thinks I want to hear to land this passenger.
What I really am more interested in is his current domestic and financial circs in USA.
He did admit to me it's very hard to get a job in America at the moment, even with someone with a college degree.
The more accurate way of putting it is that he's currently unemployed without
Yes.
any fixed employment in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And he's not intending to work in the near future in the US because he's taken a plane here for 6 months. And I think we should give him one more opportunity to be straight. I want you to ask him for a straightforward explanation as to why they two of them cannot agree on how long they've known each other and where they met.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back and we'll make a final decision.
Okay. Follow me for a second. Just sit in the corner for me, okay? If it's possible, can you explain the discrepancies between what you're telling us and what Will's been telling us?
Everything was just like, yo, I'm gonna come out there, blase, whatever. I didn't know that I was gonna be interrogated like this.
Yeah, but it's things like how long you've known each other and where you first met. You should know that kind of stuff if you know someone.
I made it seem like I knew him longer than what, but I know Will. Like, come on, man. Like, this is, like, why would I take a flight to another country with a dude that I don't even know?
Well, that's the question that we've been asking, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. Like,
That's fine, but
like I know Will. I don't know him 10 years, but I know Will.
we have to go by what people tell us. When people tell us different things, makes us question everything that they're telling us. That's the issue here, okay?
Yes.
Okay. He said he was exaggerating. I said, why? I didn't think I'd be asked.
I don't think it's just this one discrepancy that concerns me, but it's this passenger's entire domestic circumstances. There is no doubt in my mind, I am satisfied that had he thought he could, he would have come here to find a job, and that was his primary intention in travelling to the UK. I don't consider him to be a visitor to this country or a tourist. I think you're going to need to refuse him entry.
Yep. Okay, Jason, you want to come out a second, please? Just stand here a second for me, okay? Well, I spoke to Chief Immigration Officer. I've told them what you've told me, and they've decided that on the evidence that we've got from you today and from Will today, you're going to be refused entry, okay? So we're going to have to return you back to the US on the next available flight via Toronto. The next flight isn't until tomorrow at midday, okay? Got to go through with Air Canada.
This is crazy.
Okay.
This is crazy, man.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get somewhere for you to get some shut-eye, okay? You're not going to stay here overnight. We'll do whatever we can to get you somewhere a bit more comfortable. Yes. Wow, that's a relief.
The passenger was held in a detention centre overnight and put on a flight home the next day.
All right.
At Heathrow, a Bangladeshi man has been stopped at passport control after flying in with his new wife.
If you can just break down your colleges for me. So in 2003,
He has been living in the UK as a student for the last 6 years, attending 4 different colleges. But 3 of the 4 colleges are now known by the UK Border Agency to be bogus. Before his colleges were exposed as fake, the passenger got a place on the International Graduate Scheme, which allows him to work.
Has my colleague explained the situation and the reasons that we've detained you?
Officer Tim Weatherall takes on the case. He wants to find out if the man's qualifications are genuine.
He's aware he's in a bit of trouble, hence why we've stopped him. I would imagine that from the point of view as them as a couple, they're probably quite worried about the fact they're going to be separated, but you know, if she qualifies for entry, she will be allowed to proceed.
There's a lot at stake for the couple. The wife is eligible to enter the UK. She is American, and this is her first time here, and she doesn't want to be without her new husband.
At the moment, if you wish to stay in here together, you can, or you can either proceed downstairs or you can wait outside. Okay, but I'm going to let you know now, if it's the case that you are refused entry after we've done our investigations, you won't have a choice, okay? You will be landed and you will be refused, so you won't be able to stay together. I would suggest that you prepare for the worst case scenario, if that is appropriate, and then you work out what you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, that's your decision, yeah?
The newlyweds will only come into Britain together if the husband can prove he's a genuine graduate. But it will take some convincing. Officer Weatherall has a thick file of evidence against the college that issued his qualifications.
We've encountered so many students from this particular college, and you know, at the end of the day, most of them have just admitted that they've never actually studied there at all. They've never gone to any classes. Some of them haven't actually ever been to the college. They just paid the money to get the certificate to get an extension of stay in the UK. Well, I've yet to encounter personally a student who has actually been to the college and studied there. He may be the first, you never know, stranger things have happened, but I'm not holding out much hope in this case. I'm just going to go through and interview you now, okay? So just follow me through this way. Just head in there, grab a seat on the far side. We haven't just stopped you on a hunch here. As I explained to you, we've got a lot of information about yourself and about the college and about the types of course that were on it, okay? And did you actually attend Westminster College of Computing 4 days a week?
Yeah.
So how many modules did you take then?
I think 4.
What were they all called?
One is business work.
Business work.
Yeah.
That's a module in a postgraduate diploma is called business work.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
I can't remember.
So you can remember one of your 4 modules.
I can't remember.
Did you take exams? And I'm guessing you can probably only remember 1 or 2. Can't remember anything? Not even the ones that you mentioned before?
No.
This is a 45-page document, yeah? I've got 45 pages there which prove to me that any degree that obtained from Westminster College of Computing is completely bogus. You need to start being very honest with me, or you're going to have a much bigger problem than you do now. You haven't, sir. I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
The fact is, looking back through the colleges you've studied at, all of them are known to immigration for being problem colleges. So I have real issues with the fact that you've ever studied here at all.
I've done some computer course as well.
Here or
Oh yeah.
when were they?
That was in Stratford, I think.
Steadfast College. Another college that's been closed down for issuing bogus certificates.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not looking good for you, is it? We're happy with your wife, she's going to be allowed through. She's not going to be allowed to stay with you. I'm not happy with you, you will be detained by immigration until we get to the bottom of it, okay? So you need to decide where she's going to go. That's your problem, not mine, okay?
Before deciding the passenger's fate, Officer Weatherall must refer the case to his Chief Immigration Officer, Mo Ghaffar.
Basically, I don't believe a word he's saying. Yeah, I mean, bottom line, I think he's lying through his teeth. I don't believe a word he's told me.
I think we've got substantial information in relation to the fact that he studied at an institution that has closed down. We'll land his wife, and then we'll go from there. All right, Timothy? Thanks, thank you.
Okay, right, I spoke to my Chief Immigration Officer. Your wife, we're happy to allow to proceed. She's going to be landed, she's been granted leave to enter. With regards to yourself, the decision's been taken by myself and the Chief Immigration Officer to refuse you entry into the UK today, okay, and to cancel your UK residence permit. You have the right to appeal in country, or you have the right to appeal from Bangladesh. That choice is up to you.
The husband chooses to appeal from the UK. This usually means being held in a detention centre while the appeal is considered, but there are exceptions.
Considering that he has his wife with him, it seems only reasonable to give him temporary admission. I don't consider him to be an absconder at this stage, and if he wishes to fight his case, then let him take his chances in court. She probably doesn't even know what the husband's been up to in the United Kingdom. She didn't expect to be stopped at immigration control and then be asked questions by an immigration officer as to why she was coming to the UK. If I was the wife of this particular passenger, I'd be pretty upset. I'd be asking my husband, what have you been doing?
The husband is granted temporary admission, but he loses his appeal and is put on a flight back to Bangladesh. The UK Border Agency man all entry points into Britain to make sure only legitimate travellers get into the country. But some get through illegally, and many visitors stay longer than they should. It's estimated there are up to 1 million illegal immigrants living in the UK. Today in Stoke, an enforcement team led by Immigration Officer Phil Arthur is planning raids on car washes believed to be employing illegal workers.
This morning we're going to car washes, all very local to the office here. The first of which is Bubbles Hand Car Wash. When we enter, straight in, and it's going to be very dynamic, guys. We want to get right out of the vehicles and straight into them. Okay, thanks ladies and gentlemen, see you out there.
Enforcement teams around Britain have their work cut out keeping tabs on car washes. They are start-up businesses that can appear overnight and offer low-paid casual work, appealing to workers who are not entitled to be here.
Most city centres nowadays have quite a lot of these establishments. The problem is that at the end of the day, these people are either illegally in the UK and or illegally working in the UK.
It's usually Afghans, Iraqis, that's the sort of person we get working illegally. So we don't expect these people to be paid the minimum wage, you don't expect any working time directives to be met by the employer. It's just a case of exploitation once again. It's trying to shut these places down.
A car wash is the kind of place clandestines who've beaten the Czechs at Calais can end up working. It can be a far cry from the life they hoped for in Britain.
Watch your feet, Carl, and they're slippy, mate.
Hello there, sir. How are you? We're from immigration.
OK, we've got a warrant issued by the courts to be here this morning. You just need to establish your identity, nationality and status in the UK, all right?
There are 3 employees. If they have the right to work in the UK, they should be known to the Home Office.
OK, you come this way then. When were you born? Yeah, Pakistan. Are you illegal or illegal in the UK? Legal. You have a visa?
Yeah. I am stay here in this country.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Checks against the database confirm this man has a British wife and is allowed to work, and that his Pakistani colleague has indefinite leave to remain in the UK. But the records relating to the third worker are less straightforward. He has a checkered history with the border force.
The last time you entered the UK, when was that?
Yeah, he's OK. Yeah.
About 1 month ago.
The man was caught living illegally in Britain 2 years ago. He opted for AVR, Assisted Voluntary Return, a European scheme that gave him a free flight home and £500 cash.
The AVR a month later got married in Iraq to a British lady.
Okay.
He says he's come in a month ago again after voluntarily returning.
After the man was returned to Iran, he travelled to Iraq and married a British woman. He then came back to the UK, hidden in the back of a lorry.
How did he come in? Did he say he told us okay?
Yeah,
he came in illegally, even though he's married and he's...
Yeah, he apparently he's applied to come in legally and not been allowed.
Right.
So he's come in illegally.
So he's coming in illegally and he's living with his wife.
He's living with his wife in Silverdale.
Officer Sean Flaherty wants to know why the man took AVR, only to come back again as an illegal entrant.
We have laws for a reason. You apply for a visa, yeah, you're refused a visa, and then you completely decide to disregard UK law and enter the country illegally. Why would you think that would be right at all?
Nothing else I could do.
Well, stay in your country.
I would stay in my country. Just how about if my wife, she didn't stay with me? If she doesn't like it, the culture, she didn't like it, the religion, she didn't like it, the nothing, you know.
If your wife's got difficulties living there for whatever reasons, then that's between you and your wife. But it doesn't justify you coming here for the second time illegally, does it? If you're refused a visa, it means you're not being allowed to come into the United Kingdom. It doesn't mean, here's a green light, go and get in the back of a lorry and come in illegally. That's not the way it works.
I'm arresting you now as an illegal entrant to the UK. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something you later rely on in court. Would you like to stand up for me? This gentleman's just going to give you a quick search.
Okay. He did return to Iran originally under the voluntary assisted removal programme. A majority of voluntary removals under that programme do get a financial assistance to reintegrate back in their own country. So he's had that, possibly. And then he comes back in illegally. I'm not going to get a refund, are we?
Hi. You the owner? I spoke to you on the phone. Yes. I'm Carl. I'm an immigration officer, okay? Right.
If the owner of the car wash can't prove he's made the required checks on the man, he could be fined up to £10,000 for employing him.
If you want, he's married with the English woman, right?
Yes.
She comes every day here to pick him up.
I fully understand that, sir, and I don't have a problem. That's exactly what he's told us.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that unless you should keep a record and you should keep a copy for yourself.
Yeah, but
so that if a situation like this arises, then you can show us some copies of your...
Yeah, but the thing is, sir, right, this is not a big business, right?
No,
no.
Absolutely, fully understand that. How long have you been working here, sir?
About 5-6 months.
So 5-6 months is a long time not to have a record, isn't it?
I wasn't here. Yeah, but the thing is, right, don't get me wrong. I've been brought up in this country like if I've got a national insurance number, right?
Sure. It actually says on the card now, so do be aware of that. It's not proof of identity. Okay? Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
The owner of the car wash was fined £5,000 for employing an illegal worker. And even though the man admitted to coming twice into the UK illegally, he was later released. He remains on reporting conditions while the Home Office consider his case. But the day is young, and the team have another car wash in their sights. They've already made one arrest. Now they're about to surprise the employees of a second car wash.
No worries. Morning. All right, with immigration and police, we've got a warrant to search these premises. Just need to get everybody's identity, nationality, and see where we go from there. All right, mate? Okay, guys, come this way.
The team round up the workers and use 2 rooms in the office to question them about their immigration status.
Okay, who have we got here then? Morning, speak English, lads? No? Any English at all? Pushtu. Okay.
One employee can speak English, and he's happy to interpret his colleagues' incredible claims.
What's your date of birth?
He says, I don't know the day, but he's saying I'm 15 or 17, 15, 16, something like that.
50?
No, 50, 15.
50?
15, 1-5.
What?
He says that.
All right then. Can you ask him what country he's born in?
He's from Afghanistan.
Can you ask your friend again to confirm how old he is?
Who? Huh? He says 15.
15 years old?
Yeah.
With grey hair?
With grey hair.
Can you just ask him his address for me?
He said, I've just come last night.
Can you just ask him how he got here to the UK?
He says, I've just come from to Colors from here and the lorry.
Yeah. In a lorry?
Yeah.
Next door, another Afghani worker is being checked out.
Can you just ask the lad here, what's his date of birth?
And it appears a common theme is emerging.
He says I'm 15.
You're 15?
Yeah.
When did he arrive in the UK?
He says I'm coming last night.
And you say you arrived last night on a lorry, and you walked straight in here to a job first thing this morning? We've struggled to get a Pashto interpreter, so we've using the gentleman here who's been very helpful. We're speaking to this lad here, but he claims to have arrived here last night in the early hours of the morning on a lorry from France. And he says he's 15.
Me?
I'm arresting you on suspicion of entering the UK without leave. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you don't mention, when questioned, something which you later on in court.
You are now, Ismail, you are now under arrest.
Both men claiming to be 15 are arrested as they've admitted entering the country illegally. As they're claiming to be children, their ages will have to be assessed by the social services.
to take that as it.
One of the remaining workers is a Pakistani national who is here on a student visa. However, he admits he is not doing any studying at all.
Claims he's only started working here today, so he's working but not studying.
No.
And he gets paid £15 a day.
Yes, he will.
That's for 10 hours.
Despite seeking refuge in their own communities, illegal immigrants can find life in Britain very different from the dream. And for those who believe they've beaten the system, reality can hit at any time with the arrival of an enforcement team.
I'm going to arrest you now. He's not even entered to the UK. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something you later around in court.
The Afghani who's been so helpful acting as an interpreter is a failed asylum seeker and should have left the UK. Now he faces the reality of going home.
I live long time in this country, no crime, nothing. But I can't live in Afghanistan now because if you saw me, my brain is already from here, not from Afghanistan. You see the.
I understand that, but you know when you're here illegally, there's always a chance that you'll be sent
I know
back.
I'm legal.
I appreciate what you're saying, but there's nothing I can say is going to help me now. Is there?
I do nothing. I just work, sleep, home. That's it. You know.
Morning's still young, really. I mean, there were 5 employees there, and we've taken 4 out. This guy who owns this place looking at, upwards of £40,000 in penalties, which is a considerable amount. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied actually. 5 out of a morning's work. Happy.
Okay, guys, let's go.
The Afghani worker who helped to interpret won himself a reprieve. He put in a fresh application and was given permission to live in the UK. The student who was working instead of studying was detained and removed back to Pakistan. The 2 Afghani men claiming to be 15 were assessed to be over 18. One was detained and removed from the UK, but as the other had no travel documents, he was released on bail and has since absconded. The owner was fined £20,000, but targeting the people who make the serious money out of illegal working is not so easy.
The people who we encounter, they won't give us the names of the agents, they won't tell us the routes they come in, because they're more scared of the agents than they are of us. But these people don't see that they're being used and they're actually victims in all of this. They're being exploited, they've been paid peanuts, they've paid thousands of pounds to come to the UK. Unfortunately, very rarely we get them to speak to us and to give us better information so we can get to the heads of these organisations instead of just cherry-picking these guys off all the time.
Today, Officer Lisa Lee has stopped a student who tells her he's coming back to Britain to continue his studies at a college in London.
On arrival, he was very vague about what he studied, didn't know very much about his subject area, which is IT. So what's a URL? What does HTTP stand for? He didn't have a clue. Now, clearly, he's been studying IT for almost 3 years. He should have a better idea of what's going on than that.
He appears to know little about his course, and Officer Lee suspects he's not been studying at all. The passenger says he's a student at Churchill College in London.
All right. Do you want to just grab your hand luggage and we'll go down and get your other bag? Okay. All right.
A bag search gives a chance to find evidence that can back up suspicions about a passenger's reasons for coming to Britain.
You studied a diploma in IT, yeah? But you don't know what URL is or HTTP? Right, you never mentioned this college to me before. I did. No, you didn't. You've forgotten where you've got your certificates from, haven't you? Yeah. College. You didn't tell me about this college, sir. I specifically asked you and you didn't mention it.
Officer Lee has found some college certificates from a different college to the one where he says he studies.
You didn't tell me you went to the College of Professional and Management Studies. I told you before. You did not, sir. You said you enrolled in October 2007 at this college. This says you were studying somewhere else at the time. I wrote it down. So how'd you get a certificate from a college you don't attend? Wish my university had been like that. We're going back upstairs and then I'm going to interview you properly. You're not going to talk to me now? No? Fair enough. If you don't want to answer my questions, we can send you back to India without answering my questions, okay? If you don't answer, we can refuse you entry. Failure to cooperate with an immigration officer, yeah? He had some documents with him, some certificates from a college he's not mentioned at all to me when on arrival. I specifically went through his study history in the UK, and he said he studied at one place for a year and then transferred to the college he claims to be studying at now. And he's got a totally different diploma from a different college that we've not come across before, so how did he get that?
Officer Lee phones the college where the passenger says he's currently studying.
Oh, hello, sir. It's Officer Lee from Immigration. What was his attendance at your college? Really? So why does he know nothing about his course then? So he was attending when? Right, from October 2007. All right then, sir. Thank you, bye-bye. The current college he claims to be at is maintaining he has a very high percentage of attendance.
The college supports his story, but Officer Lee wants to know more about the certificates she found in his bag from a different college.
Okay, this college, the number is no longer in operation. So I will do a quick check online and see if I can get anything else for them. Well, it still has a website. Okay, I've just checked the Department for Innovation, University and Skills Register, which colleges have to be on if students are to be given their visas or extensions of stay. The college that he got this letter from is no longer on it, if indeed it ever was. So the phone number's not working, the college isn't on the register, but they do still have a website. But their latest news is actually from May 2007, so chances are it's closed down. So he's attending 2 colleges virtually the whole time to do the same course. He can't have been in 2 places at once.
The passenger appears to have been studying at 2 colleges at the same time. Someone's not telling the truth. Officer Lee wants to find out what he's been up to since he was given a student visa 3 years ago.
He's not a student here, I can just feel it. I just know from experience that he's not studying here, but we have to have concrete evidence that we can use to overturn his visa. That's what I'm going to go and get. Take a seat. You don't know the name of the college where you studied for a whole year?
Not whole year, 6 months.
6 months? You sure? So how long did you study at the second college was my question.
I think 8 months or something.
What subjects did you study?
From first year.
For your 8 months at the second college, whose name you can't remember, what subjects did you study?
Can't remember.
You can't tell me what the name of the college was or what you studied while you were there? You've forgotten?
I've got all my documents, you can check that.
Well, I'm asking you, sir, because the only way I can be sure that you've studied here is if you tell me, and you can't tell me anything.
Yeah, because I told you my memory is not so sharp.
That's not an excuse. I know why you can't remember the second one, because you never went there. When did you enrol at Churchill College?
October, I think.
October what year?
2007.
So why then do you have letters from the other college, the second college, saying you were also enrolled at their college at the same time?
What time?
The same time you say you've been studying at Churchill College?
No.
Yes, sir.
Can I have a look?
No, because that will give you the name of the college. One of them's wrong. I have a problem with the fact that you've got documentation in your bags which tells me that you were studying in 2 places at once. You may disagree with me, that's what the documents say. This leads me to believe that you've been less than honest with me so far today.
Listen, this is true.
Don't tell me to listen.
Okay.
I've got the documents. You can't remember what's on there because you never went there. That's why you don't know the name of the college. You've got documents by deception. How you got them, I don't know. All right, so stop messing about because this is ridiculous. Saying you can't remember the name of somewhere you claim to have studied at for 8 months. It's ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Need some time to think.
I can sit here and wait, it's fine. Tell me all the lecturers' names.
Can't remember.
Tell me what exam you sat last.
Can't
Tell me
remember,
what the title of the exam was.
I told you I can't remember right now.
Why not?
Because my mind is not steady. I told you. My mind is all messed up. I can't remember. I need some time.
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish.
You've been found out. You don't know the answers because you're not studying anything. It's quite frustrating because I know that anyone with any credibility as a student would remember the answers to my questions. You know, where did you study? He can't remember a whole year of his life. It's quite obvious he's got something to hide. Quite clearly he's trying to conceal something about his past here. It may well be that he has been attending college, the current college. The problem I have is how can I be sure of that if he's telling me he can't remember his tutors' names, the modules he sat, when he sat an exam, or what exam he sat. It's just nonsense.
Officer Lee is convinced he's not been studying, but without hard evidence, there's little to go on. She talks it over with her chief immigration officer.
All I have is that he has absolutely no idea. He just can't remember anything about his college. He can remember his journey there. He can remember a bit about what he does at work, but every time you ask him anything academic, he's got no idea. College is saying he's attending, but at the moment he's not satisfying me that he is. But I don't know what we can do, because clearly I don't think we have enough at the moment.
No, because if it went to appeal, what we'll have is the college saying yes, he's attended, yes, he's got all these pass marks. We're the educational provider. We know if someone's a good student or not. Well, we haven't got enough to go on.
No.
Personally, I think we're flogging a dead horse.
I know. As frustrating as it is. I shall tell him the good news. He'll be thrilled.
I'm sure he will be.
As one of the colleges says he's studying there, and there is no evidence to say otherwise, Officer Lee has no choice but to allow him into Britain.
Right, it's your lucky day. All right? You awake? You understand what I'm saying, yeah? My chief immigration officer and I have spoken about you at length, all right? Now, whilst I'm not satisfied that you're studying here, at the moment I don't have enough to cancel your visa. So you're being allowed to enter today, all right? However, when your visa comes up for renewal in November, you'd better hope that you can remember by then what you've been studying. Otherwise you're going to have a problem, all right?
So I think it was a bit stress, but end of the day it was quite good to a happy ending, what you say. I'll try and remember next time.
Unless I have an admission from him or from the college or from his employer that he has done something in breach of his visa conditions, I have no choice but to grant him entry.
No work, only sleep, eat.
Maybe some studying?
Yeah, of course. All right, bye.
At Terminal 3, an Australian man has been stopped at passport control. Chief Dyson hands the case over to Immigration Officer Brendan Bruce.
Australian male, 4 months holiday, single ticket, 3,500 Australian dollars, which is what, 1,500 quid?
1,500, 2,000, yeah.
Going to stay with some friends in the UK. He also applied for the Youth Mobility Scheme, the working holiday maker kind of thing, and was refused. He's basically been to the consulate, said, I want to live and work in the UK for at least a limited period. We've said no, doesn't have a job to go back to, doesn't have that much money.
Has his bags been done?
Don't believe they have.
Okay, well, I'll start with that. We'll go straight down and do that now.
The passenger has been stopped because the immigration team believes he doesn't have enough money for a 4-month holiday. That, and just 3 weeks ago, he was refused a UK work permit.
I'm going to take you downstairs now for a baggage inspection. We're going to go straight down.
He'll have to convince Officer Bruce that he's not here to work. A bag search may help the officer find any evidence of the man's intentions for his trip to Britain.
Did you pack in a hurry?
Yes.
The passenger seems nervous.
Try to relax. Try to relax. You're going tense.
Officer Bruce finds a mask, which may or may not be work-related.
You're looking nervous.
This man is carrying some strange clothes. But are they a concern for immigration? This document might be.
I found a letter of sorts, or a contract. It says a contract between master and slave. This contract is between the master and the slave. This contract is made with the full legal consent of both parties. The slave must learn to desire what the master wants. Signed by the passenger as the slave, dated the 5th of June 2008. That is not an employment contract as I would see it. So it's just, I think, a bit of interesting reading.
Officer Bruce is content the passenger's contract is not a sign of employment. But he still has concerns about the passenger's funds.
Okay, I'm going to go and interview the gentleman now. Mr. Goff?
The immigration interview gives Officer Bruce a chance to find out about the passenger's trip and the items in his bag.
Okay, the equipment you have in your bag, if you're coming here for a short holiday, why do you have all of that with you? Your clothing, your fetish clothing.
Why?
Fetish clothing.
I intend to hopefully use it whilst I'm here.
Okay, you have a contract with your master. Where is your master currently?
I have no idea.
Will you receive any form of cash payment for using your equipment?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what do you have to return to in Australia?
Okay, I have a couple of pets. Obviously all my friends and family are in Australia. My life is in Australia.
I don't believe he can afford to be here. He's got £1,500 to last, including paying for at least partial rent, food, whatever transport he intends to do, whatever things he intends to do while he's here. He just doesn't have the funds.
Officer Bruce will now consult his Chief Immigration Officer, Sarah Dyson.
Let's think about what he really needs to survive in the UK, in London. You know, even living on beans and jacket potatoes for 4 months, it doesn't really hang together. And we know that he wanted to work here because we've got the evidence. You know, he applied for that visa and got only refused 3 weeks ago, didn't he?
So I'm recommending refuse leave to enter and return him to his country. I just want to come outside. I just need to explain something to you.
Sure.
Okay. The situation is this. Due to your current circumstances, I'm not satisfied. You are going to be refused entry to the UK today. So would you prefer to go tonight or take a flight tomorrow?
Might as well be tonight.
His lack of funds makes the immigration team suspicious he's here to work. He's refused entry and sent back to Australia on the next available flight. Rising immigration in rural Britain has brought an increase in illegal workers. In Wales, enforcement teams search the valleys for immigration offenders. Today, Officer Whitmarsh Knight is en route to a Chinese takeaway suspected of employing illegal workers.
Am I going to have any runners out the back? And then hopefully when we get in there, there'll be some people we can actually remove out of it.
As two of the team enter from the front, Officer Whitmarsh Knight covers the rear.
Here we go. Hey! Right, trying to run! They're trying to run! They're trying to run! Right.
Two men are stopped, trying to escape out of the back.
Can you turn all off, please, for me? Run them out there.
And there are more in the kitchen. Along with the boss, 5 people are found on the premises.
Do you speak English? No. Do you speak English? No. Oh, don't speak any English, they say.
As Officer Whitmarsh Knight questions one of the runners using an interpreter on the phone, Officer Collins goes upstairs.
Hello? Just you in here, is it, mate? Is anyone else up here? Adult? Mum? Dad?
Mum and Dad?
Yeah? Downstairs. Okay. Heidi, we've got 2 up here, 2 children.
While 2 young children have been found upstairs, Officer Whitmarsh Knight has found out why this man was so keen to get away.
He's claiming that he arrived here illegally in 2003, that he came to Sunny Riska for fun, and he's only been here a couple of days.
But he's registered with a dentist.
There we are, register with a dentist, which you do when you're on holiday.
He admits entering Britain illegally. He is now arrested. As officers search for documents relating to the man they've just arrested, they find an asylum registration card that belongs to the second man who tried to run.
That's Immigration Nationality Application Registration Card.
These cards are given to asylum seekers. They store fingerprints and state if they're allowed to work.
But it actually says employment prohibited there, and even bigger at the back. It means that he's in the system. We have checked, and he is a failed asylum seeker. He's absconded.
You? Working? Yeah? Is that downstairs? No? Busy boy then?
All his appeal rights are exhausted, and he has since disappeared off the screen. So we're looking to take him into the police station so we can get the travel document application up and running for him as well.
Officer Nick Jupp interviews the father of the child found upstairs.
Is it the 2 children upstairs your children?
No, 1 child.
1 child. Is that the boy or the girl?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, is it? Okay.
After you.
He finds a passport that shows he's in Britain legally via Ireland.
Irish. Ireland has sort of different set of immigration rules, and sometimes it is easier for foreign nationals to get Irish citizenship. If a child is born in Ireland, then it automatically qualifies for Irish citizenship. Then they're obviously allowed to stay in the UK as well because it's part of the European Union. So as far as I'm concerned, this family is fine.
2 out of 3 employees are not allowed to work. But there is still 1 more to be interviewed. Officers will have to find out who she is and why she's here.
You're a boss, you're an employer. Do you have any documents to say that you can work here? Just so you can. You haven't got a copy. What's her immigration status?
Well, she was asylum seeker.
She's an asylum seeker, so she's claimed asylum.
Yeah.
What's the outcome of that asylum claim?
She's allowed to work.
Allowed to work. So she's got asylum, has she? She's been granted asylum, refugee status. When was it granted?
1996.
She was granted in 1996.
That's when
She made a claim. So she claimed in 1996. But when was it granted?
She's still waiting for a solicitor.
She's waiting for a solicitor, but she hasn't been granted yet then, has she? So you told me that she was allowed to work, so you've seen documentation that says she hasn't worked, but you can't have. She's just said she hasn't been granted.
Although she's told her manager she's an asylum seeker, he still believes he's seen paperwork that proves she can work. Some asylum seekers are given permission to work by UK border agency. He'll need to find the documents to prove this, or could face a £10,000 fine.
Occasionally, very rarely, we give permission to work. So he's looking for a document to confirm that now. He's the one who's been responsible for hiring all 3. Have you seen a passport for any of them, Mr. Trim? No?
No.
Well, he's got a fair few documents down there, so with a bit of luck there'll be something in there that will help us. So it's not there?
Not there, no. I thought I had it.
Okay.
It's not there.
He can't find the documents he needs. And next door, all that turns up is a driving licence.
All right, that's fine. Like you said, we'll take this down and then we'll just confirm your details, okay?
Downstairs, Officer Collins checks the woman's details on the Home Office database. Her immigration history is extensive. She's had 3 applications to stay in Britain since 1996. They've all been refused. She now has a 4th application in the system for her and her child. Until she gets a decision, she's not supposed to work and must report to the local police station every month.
Driving license upstairs.
So you can't work then?
No. We can't find anything to say that she can work. She's got to report. She's got to check in with this immigration and let us know where she is at all times, okay? So what I'm going to do is set her up and report. I'm not going to arrest her, put her in custody. There's a child upstairs and everything else, okay? It's imperative she does that, okay? That way she can start getting some money, because obviously she can't work here again at this point, because obviously 1996, she's been here quite a long time, and if we can get this sorted for her, better for her, okay? And obviously the child.
The manager of the takeaway is fined £20,000 for employing 3 illegal workers.
Seems that apparently what I'm doing is illegal, it's not right, so I have to wait now.
The 2 kitchen workers who tried to escape are taken to a local police station. After further questioning, they were released and asked to report to the police station twice a week. So far, they are complying. It's 11 p.m. in South Wales and the enforcement team is looking for illegal workers.
Specific intelligence was that the illegal workers would be there after 10 o'clock, so that's why we're there at this time of night.
This team raids 150 takeaways every year in the search for immigration offenders. Tonight they're visiting a kebab shop.
Good evening, fellas. Immigration. We've got a warrant to come in.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do what you're doing. Hello!
Officers search the premises for employees, even if it means waking them up.
Hello, mate. Immigration Service. Got a warrant to enter the premises. Do you want to get yourself up, please?
Downstairs, Officer Collins begins to question a man he found in the kitchen.
Nationality. Where are you from? I am from Turkey. Turkey. Where are you living? Upstairs. Is he sleeping upstairs? Is he living upstairs in the flat? Are you here on a work permit?
Work permit?
You got in your passport. What have you got? Okay, wait there.
Can I take?
Yeah, 1 second. He's got a passport upstairs there as well.
As officers search for the Turkish man's passport, the man who's just woken up faces a grilling from immigration.
So you've applied to stay here, have you? You're Albanian?
Albanian, yes.
Have you claimed asylum?
Yes.
Right, you've claimed asylum. And this chap, he's claimed asylum. Application outstanding at the moment. Technically it was out of time, but there's a bit of grace period, and it's accepted that it was within time, even though he was out of time. Final one. So technically...
So we're still waiting for that.
This Albanian man came to Britain in 2001, aged 15.
Right. Where's your passport?
He was given permission to stay until he became an adult. He's since applied for asylum and is waiting for a decision. Upstairs, officers have found the passport they've been looking for.
Looks like you.
Basically, he's presented us with a Turkish passport. He's got a visit visa in there, visit student, but the visa clearly states no work or recourse to public funds.
Second name, Akbas, Alpha Kilo, Bravo, Alpha Sierra. He's got a student visa here.
This man came into the country as a student for a 1-month English course. It finished 3 weeks ago. His visa says he's not allowed to work here because he was studying on a short-term basis.
If he has been working, then he'll be deemed to be working in breach of his entry conditions, and he may well stand to be arrested.
Can we caught him working in the rear? Oh yeah, he's behind the counter. So this course in St Giles, down in Eastbourne, that you took a month over, that's what you were supposed to come in for. You were supposed to leave after that. Yeah, so why didn't you leave after it?
Okay. I think you've been working here. He's trying to improve his English, that's what he's been doing, I know he has. That's what he's been doing.
This student won't admit he's been working, but officers spot the kebab shop has CCTV. Maybe the truth will be on there.
That's one, yeah. It was him, yeah.
Just see this gentleman here serving a customer. He's saying he's not working here. Obviously, the evidence there is that he is.
Red T-shirt, gentleman working with red T-shirt. That's you, serving a customer.
So, and if we play this tape back over a longer period, it's going to be on there, isn't it? A lot more. So you might as well come clean and just tell us, because we're going to play it back. We've got documentary evidence there that he's actually working. So he's working in breach of his conditions of his stay. I am now going to arrest him for working in breach, okay? It's a dead giveaway. I mean, it's a double-edged weapon. It protects them, gives them a bit of security, but then it works against them and shows them working. Yeah.
With the video evidence showing he works there, the student from Turkey is arrested and transferred to an immigration removal centre before being deported.
Step down, straight to the front. All right, sorted.